Tough problem. I'm gonna try my best to draw as many graphs and help you visualize this problem because I think that'll definitely help. So let's start with the basics. First, the problem tells me that you have a line which is y equals 16 and intersects the parabola y equals quantity of x plus 7 squared at points A and B. And then it's asking you what is the length of segment AB. So y equals 16 is just a horizontal line, something like this. Obviously, it's not horizontal. I'm terrible at drawing a straight line, but you get the point. And the parabola will be something like this. Wherever these points intersect, or wherever these lines intersect, that'll be your point A, that'll be your point B. And the questions ask me what is the length of segment AB. Keep something in mind. If you have on the SAT, wow, I made that really bad. If you're on the SAT, if you have two graphs and they intersect, most likely you're just setting the two equations equal to each other. And the proper reason for that is, isn't the y value at that point the same for both graphs? So that means I can do 16 equals x plus 7 squared. All I did was set the y values equal to each other. And now, how do I solve for this? Take the square root here, take the square root of that. So I'm going to be left with plus or minus 4 equals the quantity of, or not the quantity, just x plus 7. So I'll set up two equations. One will be x plus 7 equals 4, and one will be x plus 7 equals negative 4. Over here, I get subtract 7, I'll get x equals negative 3. And over here, I'll subtract 7, I'll get x equals negative 11. So what that really tells me is that if this was an xy plane, so let's say if this was a xy plane, this point right there will be negative 11, and this point right there will be negative 3. And the question is, what's the distance, or what's the length of segment AB? So what do you think the length of segment AB will be if it's from here to here? It'll be from negative 11 to negative 3, which is a distance of 8. And I know I didn't draw the actual xy plane before because I don't know what the zeros were going to be or what the x values were going to be. So if this was to be drawn, it would probably be something like this. Here would the parabola be. This is the line y equals 16 going like this. And now we know that that point right there would be, the x value there would be negative 11. The x value there will be negative 3, and once I know those two, I can figure out the distance right there. So the key is, because these two graphs intersected those 2 points, I can set them equal to each other, what I did over here. So I set the x plus 7 squared equal to 16, and then I solve for x. I'll get two values of x, because remember, square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. And then I solve for x here, and the two values, that's how I figured out this. And then that tells me the distance here is 8.